listening to the Casual Sports Show.
Palmer stepping away at first. Palmer extending the play. Crosses the field. Larry Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald is going to take it into Green Bay territory.
The show exclusively known as the voice of the Arizona Cardinals fan club, the Birdgang.
Fitzgerald inside the 30, the 20. Larry Fitzgerald is insane.
Now with your host, Earl Burnett, a.k.a. Casual E.
Birdgang on 3, 1, 2, 3.
And welcome into the Casual House, another Monday night, another edition of the Casual Sports Show for you, Birdgang, Suns Nation, and all the Arizona sports fans out there. Welcome again. Earl Burnett, a.k.a. Casual E, my man Sean McConnell on the other end.
What's up?
Right. We are going to do another show for you guys without sports. Somehow, some way, we keep finding a way.
We're making it work.
But yeah, we got to. You want to follow us? Go ahead and we're on Facebook Live. And of course, you guys already know about our outlets on social media, all the platforms, Facebook, Instagram. Oh, here this thing go again. Instagram, YouTube page, and Twitter, of course.
We're on all the stuff, man. Just say that.
I'm not really a Twitter guy, but we do have a Twitter page, all with the same tab, Casual Sports, Kazual with the Z at the end of the word sports. Been a long weekend, trying to find stuff to watch on TV, or watch sports-wise on TV, I should say, not anything outside of sports, because I'm pretty sure everybody's gotten back into the movies and
Tiger King, yep.
And you name it.
Have you seen this? Have you seen the Tiger King?
I'm hearing everybody talk about it, but I have not even wasted time in it, man. What is that all about? Anyway.
I'm not even going to get into it, man. It's already old news for you now, but you got to get into it and watch it.
It's got to be, because, I hear everybody talking about it, haven't watched it, but I have no idea.
It's the craziest thing you'll ever see in your life. Guarantee it.
To be honest with you, I really don't even watch TV unless there was
That's fair.
Sports Center on, or
That's fair.
It's kind of crazy, but I guess I've kind of myself pulled out the old sports stuff and watching it, but that gets kind of old.
Yeah, YouTube right now has the Michael Vick game on.
Yeah, the regular TV, ESPN, all those guys are playing old games. You go, yeah, I remember that. Oh, you get into it a little bit, but then you kind of get bored because you know the outcome.
Yeah.
One thing I did get a hold of that I just happened to come across on Saturday morning, it was, I believe, XFL football. Now, just like I'm probably like a lot of fans in the football world, I didn't watch one XFL game when they came out. Matter of fact, I wasn't even keeping up with the XFL when it came out.
Yeah.
I was hearing some rumblings over here about how good it was the first week and all those things. I'm like, oh, okay, that sounded cool. Okay, so now that this thing has jumped off, watching an XFL game was pretty entertaining because it seemed fresh. I've never seen it before. I didn't know the outcome. I don't know who's who and what team's the best or whatever, anything like that. I just saw these two teams playing.
Right.
And football was not bad. So
it's football.
That was me starving for football. I don't know.
It might have been.
You know how you're really hungry and you want to eat something and somebody gives you something. You eat like, man, that was the best one, whatever it was. I ate my life.
Yeah.
No, it was just starving. I think it kind of felt like that.
Yeah.
But, it was a game that I didn't know the outcome. So it kept me engaged for 2.5 hours. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm tuning back into FS1.
They got you hooked now.
To watch the XFL. So, hey, something's for something until their season ended, of course, with the rest of everything else. And then one thing was weird about that league. Man, it was kind of confusing watching it too.
Yeah, there's some weird rules, right?
Yeah, I was watching that game and the score was 21-11. That was the current score when I tuned into the first game.
11's weird.
And then the other team scored a touchdown. And so, okay, it was 21-17 on the screen. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. And I turned around to grab a quick drink, and and the dude came back and said, okay, now so-and-so team is only down 1 point. I'm like, and instantly in my head, I went, this dude can't count. I said, 1 point? They kicked the extra point, right? Oh, then I said, nah, maybe they went for 2. So it should be 19 or it should be 18. He said, nope, it's 21-20. He was like, well, but I'm looking at it like, and then I forgot, you can have the opportunity to go for 3.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And I'm like, what the heck is going on with this game? I don't know. You can get a field goal and a touchdown on 1 possession. I'm like, wow.
I might be getting that desperate to watch what you're watching soon because all these Disney movies that I've been watching, man, it's getting old.
Yeah.
Talk about knowing the outcome. Some of these movies I've known the outcome for 20 years, and my kids still want to watch it.
Yeah, keeping up with the the new XFL is it's interesting at the same time. It's kind of confusing because, like I said, I haven't tuned into it not one bit when it was live, when it was when the season when the NFL ended and then they came in. I wasn't even paying attention to it. But also in the news, all of Arizona's kind of in a uproar a little bit, uneasy. The DeAndre Hopkins and David Johnson trade has not gone official.
And this is going to go into what we're doing later in the show with the draft. This actually is a wrinkle right now. As of today, this is a wrinkle.
This is just something to talk about, man. I don't really see it as a wrinkle. I see this. I mean, first of all, when I read this article, I think the wording is worded to where it gets people in an uproar.
Of course.
Because the wording says they didn't pass. I mean, they didn't pass their physicals, or they haven't passed physicals yet.
Right.
That's the wording. Now, if the wording had said they haven't taken physicals yet, that tells me the problem is, of course, COVID-19 and they trying to. The logistics of trying to get him to a doctor, another one to another doctor, and the results back and forth. That's the result of COVID-19 if they haven't taken physicals. But when you say they haven't passed physicals, you're kind of insinuating that they have taken them already and just had some issue with them.
Right.
That's what I hear. So I think maybe whoever wrote the article had the article kind of the wording wrong because they haven't taken physicals yet. As far as I know, David had his wrist examined and passed.
Yeah.
But he has not had an actual body physical yet. So that has to be just the result of where we are in our society right now with COVID-19 and the logistics of trying to get one guy to a doctor, another guy to a doctor, and get those results back or whatever on their schedules.
I don't even know if Hopkins has made it into Arizona yet.
Exactly. We haven't even heard nothing about him coming to Arizona yet. Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, that is the likely scenario, but...
I mean, at the same time, Bill O'Brien has already come out publicly in a piece saying the trade that they made he thought was best for their team, and he's pretty much moved on from it.
Okay, but I don't trust a word that he says, especially now after all that's come down.
Nobody does.
After all that's come down, I feel like he wants that second chance to be like, oh, just kidding. Yeah, March Fools, April Fools.
I'm not saying it couldn't happen. It could. But let's just be real. You would have to know that there's some foul play somewhere if that happens, because both those players ended the season 100% healthy.
Yeah, and active on the roster.
Right. And then what would that say? What would that say to the Cardinals doctors if David Johnson's wrist all of a sudden comes back not good? Did they pass him and just try to get him past a physical illegally?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, hurry up to get him back out there just to say yes to it. I mean, if he really wasn't healed, so that's going to come back ramifications in that field as well. So this is just all a smokescreen to me. This is just all something to talk about because we don't have anything to talk about. It happened to be the biggest blockbuster trade, so of course it's going to be that attention onto it. So I get that, but I just think the guy that wrote that article, the wording was a little bit off, just a little bit. I think he should have just said something to the fact of they haven't taken physicals yet. If he had said that, that would have ended all this thing on madness that we're hearing right now.
Yeah, because you could say they still haven't taken it yet, which means it still isn't official, and that's enough to get people to be like, get them over here, you know. But
that kind of like contract talk. You got to look at the fine print, and you better be reading that fine print.
Yeah. Hopkins could show up into the facility at like 295 pounds, and we're still going to be like, you know what? Pass the physical. We're good with it. He can still jump.
Now, now you just made another point that's pretty valid. What have they been doing from the trade up until now? Maybe they are out of shape now.
Maybe.
This thing on sit home type of thing. I mean, if either of those guys are
Johnson's wrist would be pretty strong playing all those video games sitting at home right now because he can't do anything else.
Workouts? Have they been keeping themselves fit? Are they eating right? Nobody knows. So I guess.
Well, we know Hopkins has been working out.
A little bit of a snag that could be put in it just from that standpoint.
That's true.
Man, didn't think of that till you just said it. Thanks a lot, man. Another thing went down in the news. A video surfaced over the weekend that AB was working out with Lamar Jackson. I think it was the week before, during the week somewhere.
Yeah.
He was working out with Lamar Jackson, and everybody started wondering, is that where he's going to end up, and blah, 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 which I still think, no, that's just media talk. That's just people trying to make a story because there's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, well, this is one that would probably still come up anyway because this is just one of those things that isn't going to go away. Do I think AB plays in the NFL again? Yes, but it's probably from a top of 3 teams that are going to do it. Right. Baltimore could be that team. I'm not gonna knock them for doing it. John Harbaugh's never been the type to kind of shy away from these things, and
that's true.
I could see it happening, and I could see it working, but I could also see it ultimately failing as well. So,
right. I just think
whatever. I just want football back.
Right. Exactly. The current story is just me. It's getting so much hype is because, of course, Lamar Jackson and Hollywood Brown are teammates, and of course, Hollywood Brown and AB are cousins. So, of course, he's going to go work out. He brings his cousin with him. He meets Lamar Jackson. Hey, let's just throw the ball around. They throw the ball around, and next thing you know, you got a video is popping off. So, I don't think it has anything to do with anything team-wise yet.
Right.
Could it be? Could it turn into that? Maybe. Who knows? But really, at this point, who cares? We do, like you said, we want football.
Yeah.
Also, I think something that can kind of sway the draft a little bit happened in the last week coming up till today.
Uh-oh.
Tua Tagovailoa is healthy now and looks awesome on tape. I mean, just in shorts and throwing, yeah, but his mobility, he's moving fast. He says himself, I feel exactly the way I felt before I got hurt. Now, if that's the case, I still believe he's the best quarterback in this draft.
You know, he might be. Burrow's really good, but Tua was right there before the injury.
Right. Accuracy, sharp, mobility. I mean, this dude looks like a left-handed Russell Wilson mixed with some Drew Brees.
Oh, jeez.
Man, I'm telling you, I've watched his tape, and I'm going, this guy's accuracy is just sharp. If you think Kyler's sharp, this kid's accuracy is right there with his, a little above Kyler.
Right.
He is sharp when he throws that ball on the run or in the pocket. So I don't know. He was the front runner before Burrow blasted off the charts.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, he was likely to go number 1. It was him and the Dolphins were a match made in heaven.
Exactly. Ask yourself this. Try to put yourself in this realm. Take away the injury. Pretend he never got hurt. Who's the number 1 pick?
I would say it's Tua.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I agree 100%. I mean, Burrow did some amazing things, yes, but I think the outcome of that game when they played each other would have been different had Tua been on the field.
But, you know, because of this actually works out in the Dolphins' favor, I think, because I don't see anyone picking another quarterback until the Dolphins at 5 if he doesn't go 1 to Cincinnati.
They're sitting pretty right now, so they just got lucky, won some games and still got lucky.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's cool. Another thing that's on the chart on the docket, the NBA Hall of Fame inductees have finally been confirmed. It's announced, and it's a star power man at the top of the list.
A no-brainer list.
No-brainer list, exactly. Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, then also Tamika Catchings. Man,
yeah,
some serious star power at the top of that list.
But those first 3 revolutionized the next era of basketball altogether at the same time. The 3 of them coming out when they did, around the time that they did it, those were just some of the biggest names in basketball.
Right.
And some of the biggest shoes. not Tim Duncan, obviously.
Yeah.
But
when these things go down, normally the media and the fans all start to form some sort of headliner. Who's the headliner in that class?
yeah,
I mean, it's without question going to be Kobe Bryant because, of course, of the untimely death and unfortunate death and all those things that went down. So that automatically puts him in orbit in that category. So how do you even keep Garnett and Duncan engaged? As far as them getting the equal, attention through this thing. I don't see how that can be. I don't see how they can do that without this thing turning into a Kobe tribute.
well, it might very well turn into a Kobe tribute, but you just lean into that instead, and you let Duncan and Garnett spend most of the time on the floor talking about him and talking about their life and him in their life and et cetera, because they all, competed against each other heavily, especially Garnett and Kobe in the finals,
Right.
Duncan and Kobe in all the Western semis and all
Western,
that.
yes,
So,
yes.
I mean, you just let them go back and forth to that because those are three of the fiercest competitors in basketball. And being able to pay tribute to Kobe is a big thing because that's what's needed to be done right now. And even if he was still alive, he would still be the headliner of this thing.
Absolutely.
So-
I was just going to say that. I'm glad you said it. That's a good point. Even if he was alive, yeah. I mean, those 5 championships tell the whole story. But Duncan is right there behind him when it comes to them championships.
Absolutely.
But but he would have been the front liner to begin with anyway. So yeah, I agree with that. Speaking of basketball, sitting at home, if you're bored, sitting at home trying to find something to do through COVID-19, and you're still a PS4 player, 2K20 right here, KSRN is we're doing our league here. If you want to get involved in the league, we are finishing the NBA season because yours truly doesn't believe we're going to have a season. So we are finishing the NBA season. We got about 9 users right now. We need about 10 more to get this thing rolling. If not, we'll just start without it. We'll just let the computer do the rest of the work. But if you want to get in and try to see if you can get that team, a team to the championship, picking up where the NBA left off, whatever the record is, you can go choose a team. Jump in now. Go choose the team you want to be. You can be the Bucks. Nobody's got the Bucks right now. You can be the Toronto Raptors. Nobody has the Raptors right now. Lakers and Clippers are taken already. Sorry. A lot of teams. I personally have to be the Suns, and I got to try to fight my way to get them in the playoffs with their 3.5, 4.5 games back.
You know what? And Devin Booker doesn't even want to be the Suns, but I'm going to get into that later. That's a little sneak peek of the kid get right if we have time for it.
Oh, man. Now, go ahead and say that now, because when we do this draft thing, we ain't going to probably have time for Kane.
All right, so Devin Booker's in a 2K tournament that happened to be, I believe, broadcasted on ESPN because that's how dead the network is right now.
Exactly.
Devin Booker was playing against Michael Porter Jr., and here's the exchange. I'm just going to leave it up to this.
I'll pick the Nuggets. You should have just picked the Suns. I'll pick the Nuggets.
Booker says no. He doesn't even want to pick the Suns.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
I don't know what to say to that. I mean, I guess listening to that, you have to separate video game from reality. I mean, reality is, he's a Suns player. He knows what the Suns about. He's going to drive the Suns. He's going to be where the Suns are going. They know they're going through him.
Yeah.
Video game is totally different. You want to win in video games, and Suns are from all the attributes they put on the numbers and the
they don't look too good.
Yeah, they don't look all that great.
No.
So he wants to win because he knows the computer's going to have the Suns jaded to be this mediocre team, and they're going to miss a lot of shots and can't guard nobody.
I didn't find out who he picked, but it would have been mighty interesting if he picked the Timberwolves.
I thought I heard him say he wanted to be the Nuggets. Or was
that was the other guy saying he wanted to be the Nuggets. But if he would have picked the Timberwolves, that's a lot more tea leaves to read up on because he knows what he's getting with those two guys.
Into that media stuff. Let's put a story together. He's picking the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's telling you that's where he wants to go.
He's only wearing Timberwolves gear now. I don't know. He painted his house blue and whatever that other color is.
Let's lay that with the rest. That's where we get to the point where we're really, really reaching for a dang on story.
Yep. Scratching and clawing.
Basically. All right. right, so that's about what's on the docket we talked about and happening in the world of sports. And by the way, if you want to be involved in the KSRN 2K20 League, go to your PS4 and befriend casual_E, and we will get you in, and you can choose your team, what you want to be. The winner at the end of that league gets a authentic NBA jersey of their liking, of the team, their favorite team or their favorite player or whatever. So it's out there on social media, on our Facebook page. It's going to be up on KSRN's website after tonight. My man over here going to take care of that. www.ksrnaz.com is where you go get it. And we got the Birdgang coming in tonight because we have, for the first time, we're going to do our first mock draft of only the Cardinal picks. You don't want to miss that, Birdgang. Stick around. We got Michelangelo of the Birdgang coming in. We'll be right back. KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Show.
Sports news and the best shows daily. Tune into the best internet station on the web.
A little jump shot is good. It's an 8. And a drive to left. That ball's got a chance, and that ball fly out of here.
KSRN Casual Sports Radio Network. Subscribe today.
When was the last time you had your awnings cleaned? What about the oil stains on your driveway? Majestic Services has you covered. They're your pressure washing and window cleaning experts. With over 11 years of experience, they'll provide you with a free, no-obligation quote for your awnings, driveways, stucco, concrete, asphalt, pool deck, stone, and more. Give Matt a call at 602-881-8228. Commercial or residential, let Majestic Services do your dirty work. 602-881-8228.
Hi, this is Ed Smith, host of the Easy Sports Talk Show. In addition to hosting the show every Saturday, did you know I'm also an inspirational and motivational speaker? Utilizing life experience in my 15-year professional sports career, I offer programs to a wide variety of audiences. Tips from the locker room to the boardroom and beyond. Whether you're a corporate executive, sports organization, or faith-based organization, Ed Smith Speaks can customize a team-building, motivational, and inspirational program to fill your needs. I love to come inspire and motivate your group to create lifelong shining moments. To learn more about booking me for your event, visit edsmithspeaks.com or contact me directly at info@edsmithspeaks.com.
Tune in to the hottest hip-hop music in the valley. Music from all the local artists only right here on KSRN, the hottest internet radio station on the web. Featuring artists like Blaine Coffee, J Love, Bad Hollywood, Frontline Music Militia, and more. Hip-hop all night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. daily right here on KSRN, Arizona.
Hawk, who goes yonder? It is I, sire, Richard of Nottingham. Well, speak up, man. What is it? News from the east, sire.
Larry
has returned.
Lying. Larry.
You need Larry. Larry!
Send a message. Larry.
Larry!
Fitzgerald
has returned.
This is Larry Fitzgerald. You listen to the exclusive voice of the Birdgang, Casual Sports.
All right, welcome back into the Casual House. Earl Burnett, my man Sean McConnell, Casual Sports Show. We do this for y'all every Monday night. You know how we do it. We bring you the Birdgang. We bring you the Birdgang news. and everything happening for our Cardinals, and then also the Suns and everything else in Arizona sports. And tonight, of course, you know we got somebody from the Birdgang representing, as y'all can see in the box here. We got first we got to make our Birdgang announcement here. So hold on a second. Let me get that going real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent Birdgang news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen, and listen, and listen.
All right, we got in the house with us tonight, my man, Michelangelo. What's going on, bro?
What's happening, Earl?
Nothing much, man. Good to have you come in for the first time, man. Love it.
What's up, Sean?
How's it going, man? Good to have you in the, what do you want to call it, the Brady Bunch squares that we got going on right now.
It's Hollywood Squares.
There you go. There you go.
That's how it goes down, man. So we're going to do this thing on this mock draft for the first time, and I'm glad you kind of reached out and had this thing put together because it's kind of cool. So we're going to have the Cardinal draft, all 7 picks for the first time on this show. So appreciate you for that, man. So before we get started with that, there's a lot of groundwork we got to lay down before we just start throwing picks out.
Right.
Okay, so.
What I put together was, just kind of like a general.
Oh, absolutely. Everything's going to be general. Trust me. Nobody's declaring they know the actual pick, so trust me, it's all just hey, in fun and speculation, of course. But
definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, what did you use as a criteria? Did you kind of just use as by team need, or did you go by team, or did you go by what's on talent on the board?
I kind of went. It was kind of like a mixture of both. What's available. And what I think they need with the first pick, ideally, myself.
Hold on a second before you go with the first pick. Before you make the first pick, I'm just kind of getting some groundwork done out here. So you pretty much did a little bit of both talent and some needs. So that's good.
Right.
Myself, I know Sean already knows I'm pretty much talent on the board, but I'm talent on the board only in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I think after the first round, you can kind of start feeling needs. So I would go, because usually the first 10 picks are guys that you can't miss on, guys that you got to get on your team that are probably going to turn out to be impact players the year one.
Right.
So you can't pass up on a guy that's that good, no matter what needs you have. So that's kind of what I look at. The first 10 picks are guys that you can't pass up on, so that first round is normally going to be go after the best guy on the board. What about you, Sean?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Earl's strategy here. I'm going to go best available on the first and second rounds, and then after that, I'm going to have to go with the picks of need. There's usually a blend between that and the second round, sometimes in the first round, but I'm definitely going to go with talent first.
So you do that with both first and second round?
Yeah, because nowadays second round's pretty deep as well. You get a lot of value out of that second round. So
I can go with that. I can agree with that.
No, you already said yours. You can't change it now.
No, I said I'm okay with what you doing that. I'm not saying I'm changing anything. I'm okay with you doing that because
hey, be secure. Come on.
You never know who's going to hit and who's not going to hit.
That's true. Robert can beat you.
Let's do this. Let's go over the roster real quick and let's look at some needs. Because I'm thinking this team has already filled a lot of needs. Okay, so let's start with the thing that everybody keeps saying we need, and that's offensive line. Where you at on that, Mike?
Offensive line, I think we can wait till the third and fourth round, in around there.
Okay, I agree with that 100%. Where you at on it, Sean?
We might go second. We might go second for an offensive lineman because.
So this year.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Our second pick. I mean, our second pick, because Murray you got back for a year. That's the guy that you're going to replace with whatever this pick is. Ideally, unless there's a free agency player down the line next year. But our second pick that we have, not the second round, but the second pick we have, I think we'll take offensive lineman.
Yeah, because that would be a third round pick when you take them.
Yeah.
Agreement on that.
I'm kind of not. I mean, I'm good with taking them at 3 in the third round. We have 2 fourth round picks. So I wouldn't be too worried about going the fourth round, the first pick in the fourth round in offensive lineman. Here's my reasoning why. I think our offensive line is already stacked. First of all, bringing back Garcia and Gilbert were 2 good moves. The offensive line right now, it's pretty hefty, pretty stacked. We don't need a young guy to come in that has to learn for a whole year and sit behind somebody. We can get some guy like these guys are saying in the third round and put a guy in there and let him learn how to do it, because everybody on our offensive line has at least 1 year in this system already, or a training camp under their belt. So we don't need to teach anybody anything.
And the Cardinals loved Murray.
And continuity, you know.
Exactly. We got that continuity. You got to need some depth, and the depth guys are the Garcias and the Gilberts, because they were hurt, but they do know the system.
Yep.
So I mean, I think offensive line can wait another year as far as getting that high guy.
Oh, okay.
Get a young guy and just let that young guy. You never know what you end up with, because the draft is a crapshoot to begin with. You never know. You might end up with the next, big,
Joe Thomas
offensive line player. Who knows? But for the most part, yeah, third round, fourth round is fine with me with offensive line. We cool with that. We have edge rusher, outside linebacker. We already have Devon Kennard has come in, and he's going to be helping Chandler Jones, of course. Do you see any need there? I mean, I don't see a need there, but
I don't see a need, but you already saw on my mock, I selected one only because I think he has great potential.
Okay.
I was going by talent right there.
There you go. Yeah, like I said, it was talent on the board. You can't leave talent. Defensive end, we have Jordan Phillips coming in to finally put something at the defensive end spot. Jordan Phillips, I think, is going to be pretty good. But a lot of people are starting to forget about Zach Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, remember before that kid got hurt in training last year, he was on his way to. I mean, I still think he's going to be what we thought he was going to be coming out of the draft. So now you're looking at 2 pieces, Allen and Phillips, to cover that defensive end. So we're stacked there too. I don't see a need.
But Earl, that is a part of the ball that you can never have enough bullets for.
That is so true.
Because you can't change out offensive linemen as fast as you can change out defensive linemen in the NFL. So the more you can bring, the better.
Now I agree with that, because like I said, any one of these positions that we don't, like right now, we don't have a lot of need, like desperate need, but I guarantee if it's a star on that board and you put him, I don't care what position he's playing, you grab him. So right now, inside linebacker Jordan Hicks has he didn't have anybody on the side of him. He had a lot of issues with getting mixed up with the guy that's supposed to cover the tight end all season long.
Yeah.
Now he's got Campbell coming in from the Devondre Campbell coming in from the Falcons. That's going to help him, and this guy can run side to side. This guy, I believe, can help him out a lot. So I don't really see a desperate need there either, bringing that guy in. So I think all our moves have been pretty good moves to kind of cover a lot of needs for this team. What about cornerback?
Cornerback, I went with talent right there.
Okay.
Just because
let's go with the current roster. The current roster. Patrick Peterson, Alfred's coming back, and we got Murphy. Where's the desperate need for corner?
No, I don't see a desperate need.
Right. Maybe you look ahead a year, maybe because we don't know what's going to go on with P2 later down the line. As far as the year following, he may be a free agent and want to go into the market and test the market, so you get a guy to come be ready to replace him. But that could be already Byron Murphy on the dang on team already, so we don't know.
Yeah, you need
What
depth
about
there.
Sean? I know you're the P2 guy. So what's going on with that? Do you think that's something we should be looking at? Did you read the article that went up on Casual Sports this weekend about that?
I'd love to say I did, Earl, but as you know, with 4 kids at home, it gets a little rough. You'd like to call me the P2 apologizer, and I don't know where that came from or how that started.
No, this time I said you the P2 guy. I didn't say apology.
Man, I don't know. I see it as a very possibility that you need a backup plan in case something else happens with Patrick Peterson. There's a little bit of volatility back and forth. It's somehow quelled for now, but that puts a lot of doubt into a lot of people's minds, a lot of fans' minds about where this person is at mentally with the team.
Right.
So you need to kind of shore that up. And at the end of the day, if it's just depth, it's just depth. Or a trade chip down the line that you have a guy that you can't put on the field and you need to trade him for picks. You can do that if P2's still balling or not. I say go ahead and get the insurance policy now.
Okay. So if you read that article, then you made the decision of which one you wanted in that article because the article was putting him up against Fitzgerald.
No, I'm gonna have my cake and I'm gonna eat it too.
Right. Okay. So we got the roster. We know the roster is what it is. We don't have too many dire needs, but so what do we do at 8? Now let's go ahead and our mock draft. We're taking out trades because that's already going to be confusing enough.
Right.
But if there was one trade to go down in this draft, I wanted to just say this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's a big possibility that we trade down.
Oh yeah.
Because of stacking the offensive line, because of getting Hopkins in that trade, because of the pieces we brought in, there is no dire need to go grab that guy unless it's somebody that you want that you want. But if they're taking off that board, don't be surprised we make a trade with the Dolphins because they are the only team that has two second round picks that we can deal with. And get the 18th and trade the 8 for the 18 and get that 39 and get in the second round.
Earl, they're the only team that needs everything. I mean, come on. They need every position.
But check this out. This is why I say that. Because, look, the Dolphins are probably, in my mock draft, are going to probably get Tua, right?
Yeah.
But now you want to say, hey, if I'm getting Tua, I can get Tua's protection at 8.
You can get 3.
No, I can get Tua's star lineman at 8.
3
if I trade with the Cardinals.
4. It was a joke. 2
or
3 or 4.
To you. My bad.
Bruh.
I heard you, but I didn't pick up what you were saying. But yeah, if we could trade that, swap 18 to 8, and pick up that 39, the Dolphins will be able to get Tua's offensive lineman for him.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the only one that makes sense to me trade wise. But otherwise, I believe we stay at 8.
I'm with that.
I guess we can go ahead and do it. So how we're going to do this is, okay, we're going to let Mike give his first pick, and I'm going to give my pick what I think it should be at number 1, and you can give yours what you think it should be at number 1, and then we'll kind of discuss it a little bit and then make the choice as to who the number 1 pick is going to be. So right now.
I have a question.
On the clock.
We are on the clock. What's the question?
Are we going by who we want, or are we going by who we think will be available? And
we're going by what you did for your mock draft. Not about fans. It's about what you did for that mock draft as if you were the GM. So, and what you did was pretty good. I mean, what you did was excellent. I mean, you sent it to me earlier, and I looked at it. I'm like, okay, yeah. I could see that kind of shaping it out like that because you never know what's going to happen to picks before you. So, yeah. So, right now, we're on the clock, and now.
With the 8th pick, NFL draft, the Arizona Cardinals select
Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle, South Carolina.
Okay. I like that pick.
I like this kid.
I do too. Only thing I look at is he in the top 10 to take that early at 8? That's the only thing I look at. And so I had to go back. I had to go back and look at some tape because I'll be honest with you, Mike, I have not looked at him on tape. I looked at him today and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this kid's pretty dang good.
He's a game changer.
Oh yeah, he's pretty big too.
South Carolina seems to know about that.
He's not a defensive tackle like a fat defensive tackle.
Hey, he can move.
He's athletic.
Yeah, he's really athletic. All right, Sean. So we got Kinlaw as one of them. So you're the next one up. What you got?
With the 8th pick, the Arizona Cardinals are going to select CD Lamb.
Yeah.
I am not gonna. I've moved off of it a bunch of times. I came back. It's the X that just keeps bringing me back. It is CD Lamb because Isaiah Simmons will not be there, and if Isaiah Simmons is there, you take Simmons. But I don't think he's going to be there, so you take CD Lamb in preparation for Larry leaving in a year or 4, depending on how Larry's drinking out of that fountain of youth. You get CD Lamb now.
Okay, so that's CD Lamb, and we got Javon Kinlaw, and I'm the third. And I did a little bit more sifting and a little bit more trying to put these things in order. There's going to be 3 quarterback-hungry teams. They're going to take 3 quarterbacks off this board that are not even the top players in the draft.
Every year.
Yeah, every year. So 3 guys are going to be off the board. So now there's 7 can't-miss dudes, in my opinion. Chase Young, Isaiah Simmons, Jeff Okudah, Jedrick Wills, Derek Brown, and I put CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy together as one, and then Tristan Wirfs. 7 guys. 4 of them are going to come off the board because the Skins, Lions, Giants, and Panthers are going to pick before us.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think either one of those 4 teams picking before us are going to pass up on talent like this on this board. So I had to go with CeeDee Lamb as well because 2 reasons. First of all, he's the best player on the board when we go at 8 because everybody else on those defensive ends is going to be gone. We don't need the offensive lineman. We already determined that. And thirdly, I'm going to add a third one. You do not want the 49ers to get CeeDee Lamb.
That is true.
Man, I'm looking at that. I'm going, there's no way we can let them get another dynamic receiver like that. And we have to deal with them for 3 to 4, 5, 6 years, 10 years down the line. Why not go ahead and get that guy on your team, and they have to deal with you in that NFC West. And they're going to be afraid of you having all that stacked talent when it's time, for them to face it. I went with CeeDee Lamb because he's the best player on the board at the time because everything else would be gone at that time. So
both of you went offense. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Smoke him if you got him.
On offense because I think you want to cater to your quarterback. Your quarterback he's the man now.
Right.
He's the man now.
I understand that.
Go ahead.
Oh, my reasoning was, let's see how Keyshawn Johnson and
Butler.
I'm having a mental block. The guy from Iowa State.
Yeah, Butler.
Yeah, Hakeem Butler.
Right. Hakeem Butler, right?
Yeah, and then
let's see how they work out.
Okay, that's true. But can you put those 2 guys you just named in the category of a CeeDee Lamb? Absolutely not.
No, I mean, he is a special talent.
Okay, and then you're talking about having to replace a legend in Larry, and at least.
And then there's a familiar, and then also Kyler was teammates with him.
Yep.
Exactly.
The chemistry's there.
Yeah.
You can't miss there because he's going to come in already knowing the offense. He doesn't have a learning curve that as big as most guys would have, like those guys had. Butler and Keyshawn had a big learning curve trying to learn the offense. CD's already talented enough to know the offense, and he's got that continuity with Kyler.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just think that's a match made in heaven, and it's a future move. It's a now move and a future move.
Right.
Now move because he's going to come in and be dynamic right out of the gate. He's going to be probably the 3rd receiver right now.
Can I give you a piece of little trivia type thing right here?
Okay, go ahead.
Kyler Murray's cousin is in the draft this year.
His cousin is in the draft?
Cousin. His cousin is a wide receiver.
Really?
Devin DuVernay from Texas.
Where'd you figure that out? How'd you figure? You're doing some digging over there more than we digging.
That's his cousin.
Okay.
You know who he is, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
we know. I've seen the prospect and went through all the receivers, and I seen him, but I didn't know he was Kyler's cousin. Wow, interesting. Okay, so
They'll be taking 2 wide receivers in this draft.
okay, so it's pretty unanimous that we got the first pick is going to be C.D. Lamb, but I still like Kinlaw. But we'll see because we'll leave both those picks there. So when the draft actually takes place, those 2 picks will be there. We'll say we had one or the other. So the casual sports mock draft will still be covered either way. So that'd be cool. Let's go to the second round, and we can kind of speed this one up because we're getting up against the clock. But the second round, we don't have a second round pick. Let's go to the third round, our next pick of the Cardinal picks. What you got, Mike?
1 second. I got Cameron Dantzler, cornerback, Mississippi State.
Okay, a cornerback.
6'2", 188. He needs to put on a little bit of weight, a little bit of muscle.
Okay.
But he has a lot of range. He's got the size already. He's got the frame for the position. Tremendous upside there.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So I went with Talon off the board right there.
Talent off the board, but
I think will be available, yeah.
Okay. What you got, Sean? Or what you thinking or kind of contemplate?
This name kind of popped off at me, and I like it. I like where it is for value. I like how it fits a future need.
Same guy I'm thinking.
I'm going with Jalen Johnson, cornerback from Utah.
Wow. Cornerback. 2 cornerbacks. Okay. Well, I went in our backfield, of course, the back end, just like you guys did with corners, but I didn't go corner. I went safety.
I like that.
And I went with Kyle Duggar. Man, Kyle Duggar out of Lenore Ryan. That kid, I'm telling you, is going to be something special in this league. He's not the most athletic, but this dude, man, he is a ball-hungry, hawking dude that'll run around, and he is an explosive burst-like type guy when it comes to the secondary. He can tackle good. I mean, this guy, I think, I said he wasn't athletic. I got mixed up with another guy. He is the athletic, most athletic in the draft at safety. So I think getting that guy would be pretty awesome. Kyle,
and then that will be our small school selection as well.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, the Cardinals always do one small school.
And usually around that order, too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I got. What you got on the net, the fourth round?
Fourth round, number 114. I got Jabari Zuniga.
Oh, I had earlier. Okay.
Florida. 6'3", 264.
What position is that?
Edge rusher.
Edge rusher. Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. For me, there's a couple names here that I was tempted with because this is right around when people think Eno Benjamin's going to go, and it'd be so sweet just to take him, but I'm not going to do it. I'm tempted. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, come on.
I think I'm going to go with Jacob Phillips, linebacker, LSU. We need linebacker depth. That's still an area that's kind of filled with some Band-Aids, so I'm going with maybe a future move here.
Okay. I'm going to be in the same boat with you, Sean, linebacker, but I'm going to go with the better linebacker on the board.
Get out of here.
Evan Weaver out of Cal. Oh,
Okay.
my gosh.
Okay.
Haven't heard of this kid. Get on YouTube and look
I
at
know
this
who he is.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, if we could get that kid in a Cardinal uniform 2 years down the line, a year or two down the line, he's going to be great.
Whoops, sorry about
Okay,
that.
what you got for that next pick, Michael?
The next pick, I have Damian Lewis, guard, LSU.
Okay.
He's a right guard.
Okay. I know who that is, too. I went through his tape, too, trying to get him in my stuff, but didn't quite get there. But, yeah, that's a good pick.
6'2", 320. I got 6'2", 327. He's listed as 6'2", 6'3".
Okay.
Big guy, though.
Yeah.
What number is that? that pick? That's his.
LSU's any of them starting linemen from LSU championship team.
Yeah, that's where you start when you're trying to find some good players. Is on championship teams. That wouldn't hurt. All right, Sean, where you at on that pick?
Which pick is this? Which number is this?
This is the number 131, I believe.
Yeah, 131.
Okay. Oh, that's right, from the Texans. Okay. I'm thinking.
Yeah, good call.
You got to rub that in there right when I can. Now's the time I think you take that lineman I was talking about. I'll go with Robert Hunt, Lafayette, offensive lineman.
Okay. So we're all about in the same vicinity as far as when to take this
positions. Yeah.
I got an offensive lineman as well, but I picked Jack Driscoll out of Alabama.
Well, that's a solid pick right there.
Yeah, because you're talking Alabama.
I'm okay with
anything
that.
Alabama, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Isn't he Auburn?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Auburn. I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
Alabama. It's Auburn. Yeah, you're right. I got it over here.
That's what I get for trusting Earl.
My fault.
Same state. I see what you did there.
Yeah, 6'5", 294. Oh, man. Very fluid, nimble feet, mobility, very good. They call him sweet feet. He's got sweet, smooth feet.
They don't call him knee deep. They call him sweet feet.
Great hand control, man. So he's got terrific range in the run game. So we need to keep that flowing. So
it's a good name for a law firm, man.
That kid will be pretty awesome down the line. And playing in a school like Auburn, which is still a good school, I still think that's a good pick. What you got on it? I believe it's the final pick we have, or is it?
No, it's
this is sixth.
So the fifth pick.
Sixth round, number 202.
202. Go ahead.
I got Darrington Evans, running back, App State, running back / kick returner.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, okay, we're kind of good at running back.
Okay. But you still got to have something. Yeah.
We could put him on special teams.
For now, because you never know what's going to happen with Keith.
We don't have Farrell Cooper no more.
Right. That's not bad. Did you go running as well?
Size 5'10", 203.
5'10", 203. 5'10". Okay, yeah, he's a stocky kid then. Okay, did you go running back as well, Sean, or what did you kind of go?
I didn't go running back. I'm kind of hoping this kid is here from Cincinnati. Tight end Josiah DeGura. I can't remember how to say his name, but I'm thinking we need another tight end weapon. I like weapons. We need more weapons. Another tight end.
So you don't believe in the Arnold kid?
The Arnold kid. I like him, but I mean, we've seen 3 games from him.
I don't know why I love that kid. I think he's going to solidify that position at some point. But
and that's fine. You can practice squad this guy. He's a 6th rounder, so I mean, it happens.
I kind of went where Michael went, running back. I went with Joshua Kelly out of UCLA.
That's a good one.
Yeah, here's why. That dude's got good speed. He is a physical runner. This kid is absorbing the hits. He's delivering the hits. This kid runs violently. And we can always use another violent runner like that. We got that in Drake. We got that in Chase. So go ahead and just follow suit. Bring this kid in. Get him ready. You know, like you said, special teams, of course, is going to be where he's going to be at first. And if he loves the hit, what better place to put him in than special teams? So I love it. Joshua Kelly at that pick. What's your last pick?
My last pick, Terrence Steele, right tackle, Texas Tech. Real big guy, 6'6", 310. Just a depth pick.
Okay, yeah. Almost pretty much like a crapshoot. Roll the dice, see what you get. Like everything else. What you got on that pick, Sean?
I'm going the same mindset here. Depth lineman Sean Pollard, Clemson lineman.
Good school.
Good school.
He's getting taught up. I kind of this is where this is the first cornerback that I went in this one. I don't know why, but
come on, man.
The cornerback that bad, really? Oh no! Wait, no! I did not do corner yet. This is it. So I went with Naval Clark out of UCF. At the time I did that, he was the best corner on the board, so that's the reason why I picked him. So those draft picks, those are our mock. That's our mock draft. We got every last one of those picks that you've heard. I believe I believe we might nail all those picks just out of those what we just did tonight out of the what 3 times 1 2 3 4 5 3 times 5 15 picks we just did.
That's correct math.
Let's see. Thank you very much.
We got 18 picks.
Let's see how many we nailed.
Times 6.
Is it 6 picks?
Right.
But he did the math right. He just didn't count it right. He did the multiplication right. And that's all that matters for Earl right now.
Oh no, I took I had my
you forgot
pen
the
on
Texans
number
pick.
One pick. So 1,
Come
2,
on.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 6 picks. So
That's
18.
18.
Total. So out of those 18, let's see how many we nailed.
Well, at the very least, I think we might nail the position groups when we pick them.
That's true.
So
That's true.
it may not be the same player, but
I kind of figure I got a feeling we might have nailed the first pick between Javon Kinlaw and of course CeeDee Lamb. I think we might have nailed that one. Because
it depends on how they want to go.
Exactly. I think you're right because sometimes we can get locked in on we need defenders, we need defense. Defenses, you win champions. We get locked into that. And then so you see a player like that, you might not want to pass up on it. But sometimes I also think too, you don't want to use your first round pick on the guy that's second in his category or second or third.
That's true.
In his category. So I'm like, now we traded down and got him. Yes. Okay. Absolutely. But I'm taking my shot and I get one shot at this. I'm in the top 10. I'm getting the best dude. I don't care what position he's playing besides quarterback, of course. He's going to come in and make my team better no matter what position he's playing. As long as he's the top guy on that board, I'm pulling him at number 1 in my first pick. To
tell you the truth, like on some people's boards, they have Kinlaw above Derek Brown.
Is that right? Oh yeah. I've seen a couple of those, but I don't think that's accurate enough. I think Derek Brown.
You could go either way. The thing is like, I think Kinlaw is a little more, or I think Brown. He could play almost all around the line more. You know what I'm saying?
Versatile.
Yeah.
Kinlaw's more comfortable in the middle.
Right. You know what really drives that, Mike, is the caliber of the school he's from.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be right. Kinlaw could be the better player, but since Auburn is better than, it's usually those schools that really dictate a lot of this stuff too. So
you go with SEC as long as it's not Vanderbilt.
And you know what really makes this draft really cool too? A lot of these teams, the GMs have not gotten the chance to see hardly none of these kids at pro days and all those type of things. All they got was what's on film from combine and their playing film. So I love that. I don't know why I love that. I know that I got a feeling that this whole draft is going to be just talent. Let me get the first. I don't care if I got two edge rushers. I'm going to find somewhere to put that guy on my team.
Yeah.
So
this is a safer bet.
I have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to try and get a pick in the second round. So
I do too. That's what I said earlier in the show. I think it's going to be a trade somewhere. I don't know. Patriots got 12 picks and the Dolphins got 14. Those are the two teams I see you can kind of deal with, but I don't know. We'll see. The Patriots don't even have a second round pick, so it has to be the Dolphins. Dolphins have 2, 39 and 56. So I think it would be the Dolphins, if anything.
We just need Bill O'Brien to go work for the Dolphins for a week.
Yeah. Oh, man. And
Mike, thanks for coming on, man.
They get these dang on physicals done because, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Make it
Mike,
official.
Appreciate you coming in and doing this with us, man. We kind of out of time.
Right on.
About a minute left, but thank you for coming in, and thank you for always being a loyal listener to us and collaborating with us online and on Facebook and all those things, man. We appreciate you and what you do in the Birdgang, man. Thanks again.
Well, have a good night, guys.
See you
too. All right. And that is the Casual Sports Show. That is the mock draft that went down for the first time. I thought it was pretty good. It went a little better than I thought it would go.
Yeah, we did pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, some pretty good picks there, man. I thought you was gonna come a little weak. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, get up out of here! I can't believe we've been pushing this CeeDee Lamb agenda for this long.
Hey,
and it's still happening.
Well, stick with it, right?
Might as well.
Man. It only makes sense, man. Man, especially, man, I'm gonna probably pick the TV up and throw it out the window if the 49ers take him.
Yeah, me too.
Even if the 49ers get Jerry Jeudy, that's still gonna be like, we gotta have something to combat that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why I went cornerback second round.
There you go. You're listening to the Casual Sports Show, or you were listening to the Casual Sports Show right here on KSRNAZ.com. Follow us on all social media platforms with the same tab, Casual Sports, Kazual with the Z at the end of the word sports, and we will catch you next week, Birdgang. Peace out.
Peace.